Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned in to How I See It TV, and this is How I See It. Please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd, subscribe if you have not done so as yet, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. So shout out to the source on Instagram, because that's where I got this screen grab from, and they are reporting that Karen Huger was denied work release and she will have to serve the remainder of her DUI sentence in jail. Now, if y'all recall, Karen Huger was sentenced to 2 years in jail because of a DUI. This was like her third or fourth DUI, and the judge just felt like she had to not escape this time with just a slap on the wrist, but she had to go and sit down in the jailhouse for 2 years and think about her actions, think about how she could have not only harmed herself, but she could have unalived several other people on the streets because she wanted to drive around under the influence. And I'm not mad at the court saying, I'm sorry, no work release for you, because what job does Karen have outside of being on The Real Housewives of Potomac? I want to know what her lawyers went in there arguing, saying, oh, she is the breadwinner. Is that what it is? Ray don't got any money and their only source of income is this reality TV show. Because if I was the judge, I would not see that as important. So the courts decided Karen will not be out on work release. She might be in jail until November, or she might have to serve her entire 2 years. So let's see what happens with that. Staying on RHOP, Mia announced that she will not be returning for the next season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And y'all, I'm not gonna hold you, I don't really care. I didn't like Mia when she came on for season 6 of RHOP. I felt like she came with an agenda to attack Candace, and I didn't like that. Also, I felt like she came on lying and trying too hard. So bye, Mia. In other Real Housewives news, Angela Oakley, who is one of the newest cast members on Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, I guess she broke her silence regarding some comments that Wendy Williams made back in the day on her show. I don't know if y'all have seen this clip floating around where Wendy was talking about, when Kevin got his side piece pregnant, and Wendy said that she went to this party with Angela Oakley and Charles, and as she was leaving, Angela pulled her to the side and said, girl, it's just a baby. Y'all can work it out. And Wendy said to her, girl, how do you know that we can work it out? Have you been through this? And Angela Oakley supposedly told her, yeah, I've been through it with Charles. And Wendy was like, yeah, girl, I'm not doing it. But Angela, she posted a throwback picture, I guess, from that night, and the caption reads, how could one night of fun turn into such internet fodder? So y'all drop down in the comment section below and tell me how you see it. Do you feel like Wendy was telling the truth about what Angela said to her during that party that night? Or do you believe Angela, who is claiming that there was no outside baby, and basically this conversation that Wendy spoke about some years ago just didn't happen? Shout out to OMFG Reality TV on Instagram, because that's where I pulled this screenshot from. And they posted a clip for The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, the after show. Phaedra is going to be playing a huge role in the after show because, as we know, she came in at the tail end of the season. But I thought it was really interesting that Shamia and Keli, they're doing the after show together. Then you have Portia, Phaedra, and Brit doing the after show together. I would have loved to see Shamia and Portia together, but I get it. They are not on great terms right now. Brit and Keli, they aren't on good terms. I understand Angela Oakley and Drew doing it together. But just wow. This is interesting. I feel like the after show might end up being even more interesting than the actual show. The ratings for Sunday's episode came in at 500,000. Like, that is super, super low for Atlanta. So something needs to happen to get the live ratings up. I don't know why people aren't watching the show, because it's actually good. Like, don't listen to the people out here who are talking about the show is not good and it needs a shake up and they don't like the cast. I feel like it's a really good season so far. And how I see it, y'all, we cannot allow for the first Black Housewives franchise to go under in flames. We can't allow that. And I get it. Viewership in this day and age has changed because people aren't watching live TV as much. We're streaming more. Some people, they wait for the season to end and then they binge watch the episodes. Some people, they watch the episodes the next day. I get all of that. But something has to change when it comes to the live viewership, because 500,000 views, that is super, super low for Atlanta. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have heard this story, but shout out to the guys over there at Bro Chat, because this is where I got this story from. And they had Keli on their YouTube platform, and Keli was exposing Brit. Now, from what I'm hearing, Keli is admitting that allegedly Brit did have a pow pow on her the night at the bank when Brit was threatening Kenya, or making threats towards Kenya. Now, this doesn't change much for me, because I still maintain Kenya was wrong for showing those explicit pictures of Brit. I still maintain that Kenya played her cards wrong in this situation. But I've also maintained that Brit was also wrong. I've also said that both Kenya and Brit should have been suspended. But with Andy claiming that an investigation was done and it was found that neither Brit or her husband had any weapons on them on set, which I don't believe, because as I said before, if 3 days later, 2 days later, you call me and you say a coworker made this complaint, did you have a pow-pow on you? And I needed this job so badly. If I was Brit, I'd probably say, no, I didn't have a pow-pow on me. The contract says I can't have a pow-pow and my husband can't have a pow-pow on set, so we didn't. I mean, how are they going to prove that she's lying? If she says she did and she didn't, right? There's no way that they can prove that she's lying. But with Keli making this statement, that changes a lot. That changes a lot. So if a witness is saying she did have allegedly a weapon on her that night, what is Bravo going to do? What is the production going to do? Because how I see it, with Keli coming out and exposing this, Brit should be penalized. It's probably too late. And I'm guessing that even with Keli saying this, Bravo might still stand by that investigation that they did. And also, Keli might just be saying this now because her and Brit fell out. So there's that. But y'all, that's it. That's all my stories for this video. Please drop down in the comment section below and let me know how you see things too. Remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like the content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you have not done so as yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, now called X, at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Until my next video, walk good. Bye.